All right, guys, the Cavs made a buyout signing yesterday. It was not a big like most of us expected. Instead, they picked up Javonte Green off the buyout market, a 6'5" wing from the New Orleans Pelicans. He's bounced around the league for a decent while. He's played in the league for 9 seasons now. 6 seasons, excuse me, not 9. Gives him a little more wing depth. Tyvis, when you saw the news of the Javonte Green buyout signing yesterday, did you like it? Is this a move that changes the Cavs' championship chances?
You're funny. No, honestly, when I seen the move, I said, well, they're okay. It shocked me that they decided to go there instead of a big. Everybody thought, that they would get an extra big man, but, they went with this. It kind of made me worried a little bit because I think this guy plays some really good defense if I'm familiar with his game a little bit. He plays
much more of a defensive player than
exactly.
An offensive player.
So what I thought about immediately was, is Isaac Okoro okay? Because that's, to me, seems like they play about the same type of role there. They're around the same size. But, yeah, outside of that, the first thing I thought about was Isaac Okoro when I seen this move. Like, is his injury worse than we think? Why did they go out and get a guy that plays wing and that plays defense? I thought that was Isaac's role, but outside of that, the move meant nothing to me because it's meaningless, as Bull would say.
I mean, it's not. How excited can guy's a 30, soon to be 32-year-old role player. He probably is not part of the Cavs' rotation in the playoffs unless there's a number of injuries. He's certainly a guy that can play in the regular season, and maybe in the playoffs, there's a series where he's their 9th guy or something. Who knows, depending on whatever.
Yeah, I was sitting at dinner.
It's a no harm, no foul move.
Actually, this was after dinner. I was having dessert last night, having a little pizookie at BJ's last night. And you ever had
What
those?
is bazooki?
Pizookies. Oh,
It's delicious.
Chocolate cookie.
Incredible.
Chocolate chip cookie.
How have I never heard of this?
They have different flavors, too, and they put ice cream on top. It's so good. All right.
In the cast iron?
Oh, cast iron? Oh,
Yeah.
Fire.
Incredible.
I mean, I've had
And we're sitting
that,
there,
but
and my
I've
buddy's with me, and he goes, "Who's Javonte Green?" I'm like, "Oh, you mean the running back for the Broncos?" It's the only Javonte I was thinking about,
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, they just bought the buyout." I'm like, "Oh." And so I had to look him up.
Yeah.
Because I kind of forgot who he was.
Yeah.
So to that point, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Can I make it a little more than nothing?
Okay.
A little more than nothing.
Okay.
I got a couple things that
couple shekels more than nothing.
make sense. We just had a whole 1.5 year long debate on the Cavs have no wings. Well, now they have a plethora of wings. Are they elite wings? No. But are they wings you can play at any given time? Yes. The Okoro thing is he was in shoot-around this morning. I don't think the injury is that serious, but he's another insurance for Okoro and maybe even an upgrade over Okoro. I got to see how he fits in the offense. Doesn't do much offensively, but defensively, the dude can lock down and plays bigger than he's listed. He's listed at 6'5" as a 7-foot wingspan. And Steve, take tagboard here full because our guy Dan Devine, remember Dan Devine came on the show?
Mm-hmm.
He tweeted this out yesterday. It's a terrific stat from Dan Devine. In doing big number research recently, I found 3 players in the 80th percentile or higher in the B-Ball Index's perimeter isolation defense, matchup difficulty, defensive playmaking, ball screen navigation, passing lane D, and rim protection metrics. The 3 guys, Amen Thompson, Alex Caruso, and the newest Cleveland Cavalier, Javonte Green. To put that into simple terms,
Yeah, please, because nobody knows what the hell that means.
he's a very good perimeter defender. And he's bigger because of his 7-foot wingspan and can guard bigger than he looks at just 6'5" on paper.
So in the playoffs, we know that if you include Struce, Hunter, and Ty Jerome, we know those 7. That's the top 7.
That's your 8. You got your top 8.
No, that's
'Cause
7.
Dean Wade will be in there.
Oh, and Dean Wade, if he's healthy.
That's your top 8, yep.
With Dean Wade. So that's your top 8. So now you're talking about, do they use a 9th guy? If you do, it's only a couple of minutes in a game. Who's in contention for the 9th guy before this move? It's Isaac Okoro and Sam Merrill.
Yep.
Right? Those are the only 2. Or
Yep.
maybe Jalen Tyson.
Probably. I would say he's, even though I like him more than some of those guys, I think he'd be lower on the Kenny Atkinson trust total.
So this guy is probably a little better than Okoro, no? As an overall player?
He's probably a little worse offensively.
Okay.
And from a defensive standpoint, I haven't watched him closely enough to – the metrics test out incredibly well. I haven't seen enough to, I'd be lying to tell you I was locked into the Pelicans, and he was a bench guy in the Celtics and the Bulls.
Yeah.
He always played well against Cleveland, even the game they played against New Orleans this year when Ty Jerome went crazy in that game, Javonte Green had 22 in that game.
Yeah.
He was good, but I'd be lying to say I'm like locked in to know how he
Right.
does certain things, but he's played enough games that I think he could come in, and he's certainly a guy that's going to play regular season minutes. They got all the back-to-backs, 5 games in 7 nights coming up down the stretch here. Like, he will play regular season minutes.
Right.
But
And
he's
if-
just another option in a playoff series. If someone's in foul trouble,
Yeah.
you can put him in and not necessarily be scared.
Right.
Is the moment going to be too big for a guy like Javonte Green? He's 31 years old. He's played
Yeah.
a lot of basketball in his career.
And yeah, if there's any injuries or foul trouble, he's a guy who could be the Cavs' eighth player in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Right? He, at worst, he's their
9th or 10th.
11th guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Could be 11, whatever. But, we know Dean Wade's injury history. Okoro's been banged up. He's clearly not, you asked the question, and we all kind of giggled, is he changed their playoff prospects? Of course not. But you'd rather, I probably throw him in for a few minutes in a playoff game than some of the other guys that they could use 11 through 15. So it's the Cavs are.
I mean, I'd rather put him in the game than one of the Morris brothers.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean,
Or
someone like that.
Whatever.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. He makes them 0.1% better, maybe.
When you look at the Cavs' options on the buyout market,
Yeah.
I assumed they were going to go big because they had DeAndre Hunter. When you
Yeah.
look at the options for bigs, Kobe Altman made the decision. Javonte Green could potentially help us play. Like,
Sure.
whether it's injuries.
Yeah.
But this guy we know can actually play. And he chose Javonte Green over the corpses of whoever else is the bigs in the buyout market,
Right,
the
right.
Mo Bambas and the other options, who Kobe must have looked at and said, he may not even be better than Tristan Thompson. Because if there was an option out there that they thought could actually give them some sort of production in the front court,
Right.
they would have signed that guy.
Yeah, if you're not sure if a guy's better than Tristan Thompson, yeah, he's not worth bringing in because Tristan can't play anymore. I know we saw the news that Bobby Portis got suspended for 25 games. Did you think he was a guy that might have gotten bought out?
If he was, I thought he'd be perfect for Cleveland.
Yeah.
They did not end up buying him out because, well, I wonder if this had anything to do. I wonder if they knew this was.
What was he suspended
looming.
for?
Probably steroids.
I'm about
It
to
said
say.
drugs. So
Yeah.
I don't know
According
if they
to
suspend for
Shams-
anything besides steroids anymore.
According to Shams, he took a pain-kill medicine that
Yeah.
he wasn't
On the
aware
approved
that
list.
was on the approved list.
Right.
This is the tweet, and this is kind of funny. Bucks Bobby Portis, his representative tells ESPN, Bobby unintentionally took a pain medication called Tridamidol, thinking he was taking a pain medication called Toradol. So two
Was it
letters different.
tramadol?
Toradol?
Tramadol?
He thought he was taking Toradol.
Toradol.
He actually, or Toradol.
Yeah.
He actually took Tramadol.
Well,
I ain't never heard of the second one, but I definitely heard of that first one.
that's nonsense. You're a professional athlete. You're not
know
looking
that
at the
is.
drugs you're taking?
First of all, your doctor's supposed to be prescribing.
Yeah, I know.
can't- That
I mean-
Toradol is not something that you.
No, you can't just pick it up off the counter.
Yeah, yo, hey, I need a Toradol shot.
Yeah.
Or I need a Toradol like that. With
Yeah.
the, I don't know. Yeah,
Anyway.
missed me with that one. He missed me with
It's
that
the
one.
NBA, too. I don't know why the players just don't. Yeah, I tried to get away with it, and I got busted. I'll see you in 25
Because
games.
you're
Nobody
supposed to, you're
cares.
supposed to die with the lie.
Yeah, all right.